it in a corner.
Really typical shot from Coutinho.
Yeah,
that from outside the box.
Exactly. He tried it in the first minute and he hit the crossbar. Then he scored the goal, and then another time this chance for Coutinho. Leo Messi with a free kick in a great position for him, really close to score. But again, Juan Carlos, he had plenty of work in this first half. Juan Carlos, a little bit soft, this free kick of Messi, because was going to this corner to try to find the back of the net. But it's a great save from Juan Carlos.
We have seen now the images, but now it's time to see the numbers on paper. So let's take a look on the stats today. We have 2 goals for Barca, 0 for Girona. Possession 66% for Barca, 34 for Girona. 7 shots for Barca and 3 for Girona. Targets, 5 shots on target and 2 goals, which is great. The offsides, 2 for Girona, 0 for Barca, nothing. Passes, 176 for Barca, 86 for Girona. The passing accuracy, a good number, 91%. And the passing accuracy from Girona, 88, which is really good too. The yellow cards, just 1 for Girona until now. No red cards and no penalty kicks.
Not as many possession as the other day for Barca. That was over 70%, of course, because of the rival that we were playing against, a third team division as Nastic, and today Girona are a team that almost was going to play in the first division this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned that before, because we're going to play the Joan Gamper against Elche, which is a top flight team right now. It's a side that they're playing for La Liga title, the same as the other 20 or 19 teams.
Historic team of La Liga Santander, the team from Alicante.
And a really good way to prepare the preseason and to be ready to face Villarreal, which is next week. And we're going to have you here on Barca Live. So now, Bruno, if you want, let's take a look on the highlights of some of the players.
I don't know if we have the goal of Leo Messi, the second goal. It was a late goal, and it actually wasn't in the highlights. I don't know if it's prepared, Leo Messi's second goal. Yeah, we have it. We have it here, actually, because it's a brilliant goal. And it was a fantastic move. Jordi Alba there tried across the rebound, and from this corner, after the free kick that Leo Messi almost scored, then there was this combination. Here was the free kick, actually.
Yeah, that's the highlights from Messi's game.
Yeah.
Really good performance today, and the cherry on top was that goal, just right before the half time.
But, well, before that goal, he gave this brilliant pass to Trincao, that it was the first assist. I think, well, Leo Messi, like, as always, no, he has played
another 11 or just few changes, or what do you expect?
I don't know if he's gonna make all the changes now, but I expect a kind of a different team. I think we are ready now for the second half.
Now we're going to Duncan with the second half.
Well, pink sky at the Estadio Johan Cruyff and pink strip for Barcelona. But we've got Barcelona back out for the second half of this game, and as we've seen, players pulling on those pink shirts to come on. There will be some changes for the second half. If you're just joining us, well, where have you been? You've missed two goals, one by Coutinho, the other by Leo Messi, just before the half-time break. And we shall see who stays on and who makes way. It looks as if certainly Philippe Coutinho is going to get more than a 45-minute run out. It's not going to be a complete 11 changed around by Ronald Koeman, much as he hinted in his pre-match talk with the media. And we'll see just how many players remain on the field of play from the first half. Well, not included straight away, maybe Ricky Puig, who's warming up with Pedri. They make it look so simple, don't they?
Super simple, but these guys have so much talent that actually it's not impossible for them to do any of that tricks or whatever you want to say about the quality they have.
Well, we see a Girona player being bandaged up and iced up. It looks as if Gumbau has maybe suffered a relapse of that injury he suffered just before the playoff final against Elche in the warm-up. Maybe a change then for Girona, and maybe a few changes as well, because they have plenty of players who appear to have come off the bench. Granea amongst them, the number 6, who's one to watch. Lots of changes. Diamanca's come on as well. One thing remains the same though, Barca looking to carry over from the first half, and they do so with Leo Messi still on the field of play. Jordi Alba also remains, as does Piqué, as does Araujo. It might just be the case that Ronald Koeman is waiting until the 60th minute to make more switches. This ball's coming to the centre. It's a dangerous chance. Here's Samu Saiz, and he's managed to pull one back for Girona right after the restart. Something to correct for Barca, who had not woken up before the start of the second period.
Yeah, this start, I think, it has been a bit of surprise for FC Barcelona, that they were still, starting this new half, and it arrives this early goal for Girona. Now, again, they are in the game with this goal, and yeah, a big mistake from De Jong with this pass. He also made a mistake in the first half that ended with a chance for Girona, but well, in the end, it's just one goal for Girona. Barcelona still leading, and now they have, of course, to react and start better this second half.
Well, it was well taken by Samu Saiz. Some corrections needed though by the Blaugrana. And once again, like that goal that Nasty scored, it makes things a little bit more interesting in terms of a game situation. Here's Diamanca. We'll come to Alex Gaillard. Sends it over to the left-hand side. Girona starting strong in this second period. That one has found its way out. And it's going to be a first corner of the second half.
The good thing about these games is that actually, as well as the coach and the players can see what they need to improve and what they can do better for La Liga and for all the competitions they need to face.
Yeah, of course. If you have to make a mistake, of course, do it in a friendly and not in an official game.
No, so, and see where's your mistakes or what you need to improve, because sometimes you have some spaces or some things that is not okay on the pitch, in the line, or something related to that.
Especially with some of these players maybe not so accustomed to playing alongside one another. But all part of the learning process ahead of the 2020-21 season, which, remember, takes place for Barcelona at least in 10 days' time. They get a staggered start to the competition. All of those teams who featured in the latter stages of the Champions League have a later start than the others. Likewise the newly promoted side Elche, who will be Barca's first opponents in the run-up to the start of the season in terms of playing at the Camp Nou. They will be in the Gamper game, which takes place on Saturday. And that will be yet another step up for Barca. In the space of just over a week, they will have been in action against a side from Segunda B, a side from the Segunda División, and now a newly promoted side making their way into the top flight. Tapped inside there by Jordi Alba. It's come to Frankie de Jong. Here's Araujo. We saw plenty of possession from Barca. We saw plenty of Leo Messi dropping deep. Plays to Alba there. Alba tries for the back heel. One's been just about intercepted by Jordi Alba. Tremendous effort from him to keep that in play. And not only keep it in play, get it to the feet of Leo Messi, who dances inside and out, plays one across. It ricochets back before being hooked away by Diamanca.
Fantastic effort there from Jordi Alba, who is, of course, like always, helping the team in attack, but also fast to defend.
It's come loose in the midfield. Samu Saiz tries to kickstart the counter-attack. Jordi Alba once again with the touch.
And something interesting is to see Piqué today playing in the left centre-back, because we are used to see Piqué in the right and Lenglet in the left. And if Alba goes up front to attack, then Gerard Piqué is there to help him in defence.
Yeah, they
come to Trincao. Look at Trincao holding on to the ball. And Leo Messi doing likewise. That's what both can offer in the game. In those tight spaces, so good at carving out those couple of metres required to play the pass. Piqué. It's come to Busquets. Busquets spies that pass to the right. Trincao.
Whoa.
Back and forth. Takes some doing to take the ball away from Trincao. It takes some doing to get the ball away from Leo Messi, who gets another deflected goal, which wrong-foots the goalkeeper. And Barca re-establish a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. A Messi strike on the turn. Quickly resuming order.
A bit lucky here, Messi, of course. But again, another goal coming from this Portuguese player, Trincao, who make a great move. Then was Sergio Roberto who gave the ball to Leo Messi, and there he was a bit lucky, Messi. But in the end, the second goal for the Argentinian. He likes to score goals against Girona. It's actually his sixth goal against Girona. So Leo Messi, after 4 official goals against Girona in La Liga, today scoring a couple more of goals in this friendly.
Well, it comes off the back of the defender on the way in. Final pass was played by Sergio Roberto after Trincao had done a tremendous job on the right flank.
Again, being part of the goal, Trincao.
Trincao, such a wonderful player to watch, but so effective as well. Not just show. There is plenty of go about him as well.
Yeah, you said it before. It's the first time they're playing alongside each other, but seems like he really understands the way Barca needs to play.
Well, Leo Messi must be licking his lips with the prospect of having Trincao holding up the ball, drawing defenders to him, giving him some space, and being able to play great passes to him as well. It's so good for a player like Messi, who can make space for himself, but just has another focal point, another distraction for opposition back lines. Good as well that Barca, they signed a different kind of player in Trincao. He and Pedri, both equally as talented, both young players, but you'd never confuse the two. They are different styles of play. Pedri maybe a bit more direct, a bit more pacey as well, but offers up so many options to Barca, having those players to choose from.
Actually, this year you have so many wingers. You have from the right to the left, Trincao, Dembélé, Ansu Fati, Pedri. So it's a really complete line right now for Barca.
Well, we'll see if we see more of those in this second half. Dembélé has not come on. Pedri has been warming up. The ball has gone loose here and has gone out for a goal kick. Well, interesting maybe to note the fact that Neto has not been subbed off for Iñaki Peña. Just indicating Ronald Koeman was willing to give Iñaki Peña minutes in the first friendly, but this is more the side that we will see in the first game of the season.
Yeah, and for a goalkeeper, of course, it's important to be there and play lots of minutes before the real game, next weekend against Villarreal, 26-27 September.
Well, it's Jairo. He's already had a shot which tested Neto. That one, likewise, is fairly comprehensive from the Brazilian. Just took a little bounce before reaching him. It's Piqué. Floats that over to the right. It's brought down. And a series of passes here from Barca, playing their way out of trouble. Trincao waiting for it. This is Busquets. Over on the right. Let's come back to Leo Messi. Nonchalant control there from Jordi Alba. Where Coutinho's gone, he was offering himself up for that pass through. That was Alba's intention. He just played it too close to the goalkeeper.
We are getting closer to the 60th minute than normal in friendlies. As you pointed, Duncan, a few minutes ago, is the moment where most of the subs are made. So we will have to make attention, of course.
It is sometimes a point in which the game falls apart. Here's Trincao on the run. He's played that through to Griezmann, who's offside. But again, close control from Trincao. It seems like he can choose when he plays the ball. He's not pressured into a pass by the defence, and that can make it so difficult for the back line.
Again, Trincao involved in an attacking chance. The other day he played a good game, but I think today he has confirmed that he's showing a great performance and that he's in form and ready to play in this new Barcelona squad.
On the camera angle, allowed us to see Riqui Puig warming up. How long before we see him brought onto the field of play, and for whom? Maybe that Busquets makes way. Not seen too much of that combination, De Jong and Riqui Puig in the centre of the midfield. Both great players to watch, of course, and the future of Barca, it seems. Another foul is given there. Just the fouls racking up at the start of the second period. 10 minutes gone. We've already seen 2 goals, one for Girona, and Barca swiftly re-establishing their 2-goal advantage. So free kick for Girona. Makes his way into the box, and Antoine Griezmann heads it away. Comes back out here to Grenet.
Whoa.
Nicely taken there, but it's been nicked away by Samu Saiz. Opportunity maybe for a cross from Alex Gaillard. Tries to go past Jordi Alba, who was having none of it, and pumps the ball out. Calavera on the overlap. Samu Saiz ignores him. Turns on Coutinho. Lifts it over. Just waiting for that to drop. Maybe a mistake there for the striker. And Ceballos comes in. Headed clear again by Barca. Only as far as Samu Saiz. Lifted up there and watched out by Neto. A little bit more of expansive play from Girona in this second half. This will be a good test for Barca. Saiz trying to chip it into the top left corner. All worked around again by Football Club Barcelona. It's found its way over to the left-hand side. This is Coutinho. Shuffle step from him, plays with the outside of his right foot, trying to find Messi. Well, it's been slightly stop-start this opening quarter hour of the second period. Even Barca upping the fouls when that wasn't necessarily the case in the first half. Piqué getting an arm across the shoulder of Samu Saiz. Here's Diamanca. Well-travelled player, formerly of Numancia. He's a creative midfield player. Wasn't used too frequently as a first-choice option at the end of last season. Most often used as an alternative for Gumbau, which appears to be the case today. Also trying to play their way out of the back. Foul was given as Trincao was held back. There's the short pass. Here comes the run. It's played to the feet of Griezmann. He maybe wanted that ahead of him, but takes it on his foot. Jordi Alba robs that away from Coutinho, his teammate who'd been waiting for it. Alba had the pace going, had the momentum in his favour, gets the pass. It's come to Frankie de Jong. Edge of the D, set up for a shot which is closed down. Now back with Araujo. Barca reset, sending it all the way to Neto. A floated ball is brought down there. Jordi Alba was the intended target. Someone comes in. Neto pounces upon it as it was being chased down by Jairo.
Good clearance from Neto. And now, yeah, there we can see Ricky Puig ready to play some minutes in this second half. And let's see, I'll imagine there are other teammates that also will have a chance in this second half, not just Ricky Puig.
Well, we'll reach that hour mark as no foul is given there. Samu Saiz going down. 4 goals scored so far, 2 by Messi, 2 off deflections from him, either side of half-time. Coutinho having opened the scoring. It's been promising stuff from Barca, and this is very close to what we feel might be the first choice Barca side. Maybe some changes in defence, maybe Lenglet alongside Piqué would be the obvious centre-back pairing still this year. This one's played through, just too close to the goalkeeper. Well, the image just about says it all to what we can expect.
We're gonna try to help you, Duncan. We're gonna try to help you, Duncan, because this is a commentator always worries in pre-season when this moment arrives. So, fortunately today we are 3 of us here, so we're gonna try to help you.
Well, I would like them all named in order as to where they're lining up on the side of the pitch. It looks as if almost everybody is going to come off. It's going to be very much like the second half that we saw against Nastic.
Yeah, Conrad and Braithwaite were there up front. I'll imagine also Pedri, Ricky Puig, Junior, Semedo.
The 11.
And there's going to be a series of changes for the final half hour of the game. So maybe running a risk of losing some shape and some structure as a result. Just in terms of players who haven't been in the game. Nevertheless, a good test for them to get some minutes alongside quality players and against a quality side as well in Girona.
The moment arrives.
Well, selfishly, we'd like to see a little bit more of Trincao in this final half hour, but you'd imagine he would be one of the players who makes way. Wholesale changes made by the Blaugrana.
It seems all the squad except Neto.
And it doesn't look as if Iñaki Peña has even warmed up or stepped up off the benches. It's the obvious decision for Ronald Koeman to keep Neto in goal, because Marc-Andre ter Stegen will return fairly shortly, and if an emergency goalkeeper has to be used, a second choice goalkeeper will be Neto, unless he impresses in the opening games and maybe takes the place away from Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Both quality goalkeepers, but clearly Ronald Koeman wants Neto prepared for the start of the season.
And let's see who will be the captain in this second half, because of course Semedo wasn't with the armband now. Yeah,
Someone new?
Yeah, we'll have a look. Clément Lenglet, it seems, probably.
Well, all change for Barca. And it just gives us a chance to catch up with some of these players who we do love watching in pre-season action. There's again a few players missing from the squad today, to be expected. Luis Suarez and Arturo Vidal amidst rumours of their departure, and also Wagué was left out as well. Ronald Koeman giving everybody a chance to impress in pre-season and in training.
And Araujo still there. If you want, we can make a quick remind of the new lineup. It's Neto in goal, Semedo, Araujo, Lenglet and Junior forming the back four, Aleñá Enrique in the defensive midfielder, Pedri attacking midfielder, and up front Dembélé, Conrad and Braithwaite. So 9 substitutions for FC Barcelona.
Just the centre-back and goalkeeper who remain on the field of play. That's a nice touch there from Conrad.
It's interesting the bet of Koeman in Conrad, the only player actually from the B team, apart from Iñaki Peña, who has had a chance to be here in both games.
We'll put it inside by Riqui Puig. He's come back out, set up maybe for a shot here. Good dummy there, and it rolls along the floor. A bobbling effort that was claimed by goalkeeper Juan Carlos. Here comes another ball upfield. 4 goals scored so far. We'll see if the host of changes that have been made switch up maybe the intensity of the game and maybe break up the flow. It would be understandable with all of these new players introduced. Here's Conrad. This is the kind of position he was operating from in the first game of pre-season, and these were the kind of skills he was displaying as well. Riqui Puig. Barca again with the ball in the defence. Girona pressing slightly higher up by the halfway line.
Now that you mentioned Conrad, Duncan, we have the stats with him is he's a Barca player since 6 years ago, 2014. He was playing for Dam Youth, and he played for Barca under 16, 18, 19, and now he's on Barca B.
Well, he's sure to still have opportunities in this game. That shot has to be tipped out by the goalkeeper.
And we can confirm, that Clément Lenglet is the captain in this second half. And there was Pedri with a great chance, really close here, the player from Canary Islands to score his first goal with FC Barcelona shirt.
Well, it was Suarez, the goalkeeper, fresh onto the field of play for the second half, who made the save there. This one finds its way in the corner. We'll have a second go at it.
And also a former Barca B goalkeeper, Suarez.
Well, so many quality former Barca players who didn't quite make the cut for the first team, who are knocking around in the various teams in the top flight and the second tier, as well as abroad. Just shows the kind of quality Barca have, that those players weren't quite good enough.
Well, Dembélé now has tried to dribble. Okay, he has missed this dribble, but I like to see him trying things, because the other day, probably because it was one of his first games after this long injury, he hadn't this ambition and trying this kind of thing. So it's good to see this first action of Dembélé trying to dribble.
Or down the right-hand side, well, he decides to play a quick pass there. Riqui Puig. Gorgeous pass from him with the outside of his boot to Conrad. Conrad runs it along, put it into the mix where the goalkeeper's able to get down to it. And we're seeing some creativity as well from some of these less frequently featured players and players who've come up from the youth teams. Conrad not settling just for the simple pass to one of his more experienced teammates. He's deciding to impose his style of play on the match.
Conrad actually scored a goal the other day, but it was disallowed. and it's a really interesting player, U19, and he's playing for the States and trying to win a spot in the Olympics for that now will be, of course, in 2021 in Tokyo due to COVID-19. So it can be really interesting also to see Konrad in these Olympics with the States next summer.
Konrad will have a further 22 minutes to play in this one. It's a short, simple pass. Pedri shows for it. He's come back out from the edge of the area. He looks for a pass from Dembélé, who keeps hold of the ball. And Pedri going close to his teammates to look for the pass. Finally gets it at his feet. He was under too much pressure from the defence, though.
Duncan, let's remind the fans that are watching us on Barca TV Plus that we're going to do a post-match analysis after this game, and we're going to show highlights and reaction from our coach and the best content, as always.
Well, it is great to hear the reactions after a game, just to see what the intentions were for some of the changes maybe, and how the players are feeling out there, how fit they feel, how ready they feel for the start of the campaign. This is Konrad with the pass. Gives us a chance to recap what has been an entertaining 70 minutes so far. And of course, staying on Barca TV Plus this week is the only place where you can watch the Gamper game on Saturday. Elche the opponents. One final test for Barca before the season gets underway. Here's Ricky Puig on the attack. Strides across the halfway line, tries an early ball, and it goes under the nose of both of his teammates. Martin Braithwaite was the furthest man up. Well, plenty of calls for Ricky Puig to get an extended role in the starting lineup for Barca. So many fans see him as the future in the midfield. Slightly soft foul given against Clement Lenglet. Well, once Barca's season gets underway, the fixtures will come thick and fast. There are some midweek league games. There's the Champions League as well, getting underway fairly sharpish once the season starts. And we have, as ever, there will be that run-up to Christmas in which there's game after game after game. So important to get things right straight away, as this one is a wild effort that flies out of play. It was Alex Gaillard launching that off his left foot. Barca kept two players back for the goal kick. Neto, umming and ahhing, decides to play it very short indeed. Barca, one of the originators of that short goal kick, but maybe that's a new development, playing them so close together. Of course, this the second season in which defenders are allowed to enter the box from goal kicks. Also making good use of that strategy. Played by Araujo. Lenglet. Konrad tries to use his pace to get past this man, and he does so.
Whoa.
And it's been cut back. Juarez made the save, and it was Pedri looking for that first unofficial goal. Suarez again has to get down to his left to push that out.
the last month of Conrad's campaign, helping Barca be in the playoff, was just brilliant, because he was a key player, scoring the first goal in the first game against Badajoz, and that's always something really important to start well a playoff. But he's showing a fantastic level today, and also the other day against Nastic. I don't know, of course, the chances that he will have, but I mean, he's showing, and I think he's fighting against great players up front in Barca. But I'm quite impressed with Conrad's performance in these two friendlies with the first team for first time for him.
No, and always Garcia Pimienta said like the main objective for Barca B is to prepare the players to be ready for the first team, and we're seeing the Barca B players, all of them that have been playing this game and the game against Nastic, they're ready.
Well, any opposition scouts who are tuning in to Barca TV Plus, there might be some who will hand in a request asking for a loan of maybe Conrad, who certainly has proved that he's up to the task of playing at a higher level than Segunda B. Looking for the ball in the midfield here. It's come out to Conrad on the left. Everything seems to go through him since he's come on, as Barca are attacking more frequently on the left. Ricky Puig switches over. When we talk about young players, of course, remember Ousmane Dembélé is still a young man, and he's almost carved out goal number 4.
23 years old.
Oh, ducking and diving inside. He's still very much a product with room for improvement, but an amazing player with that kind of skill with the ball at his feet. Just got a little bit too much on it for his final shot. Look how he dummies the defence, though. The last man back did not know where to go, and Ousmane Dembélé showing some signs of quality once again. It would be so good to have Dembélé have an extended run in the team, and an extended run of fitness, as injuries have been his worst enemy since he's signed for Barca. This one's in the defence. It's Ramallo who got the ball back to goalkeeper Suarez. Little clear, it's found its way through. Barca will tap that back to goalkeeper Neto. Another chance on perhaps for Barca down this right-hand side now. Not seen much from Semedo so far, because there have been so many attacks on the right, on the left rather. Well, here he is. That's Dembélé in support. Dembélé was looking for a 1-2. Almost accidental touch there from Dembélé. Nearly came good as Pedri attempted to flick back through to him. Well, it has been slightly disjointed since that series of substitutions. As ever, if you take Leo Messi off the field of play, Barca don't have quite the same identity. So much goes through him. But these players certainly putting in a decent showing themselves in this quarter hour since they were introduced. Back to Suarez. Here's Ramallo, one-time Athletic Club player, has experience in the top flight, but has spent the last couple of campaigns at Girona. Well, sliding challenge there was a risky one, but it pays off. Carlos Aleñá sliding in for the ball. Goes back, and it's Suarez again. Has been kept active in this second period. Has denied Barca on a couple of occasions with some saves. Diamanca. Ramallo plays a rather risky ball. Braithwaite was putting him under pressure.
And in this new system of Koeman, for Braithwaite, I think it's going to be a bit complicated, because we see like the number 9, Griezmann in this case in the first half, helps a lot in midfield. Braithwaite is kind of pure style number 9. And the other day and also today, I think he's not having probably the protagonism that he wants, because few touches for him. Because with this new system, he's not a kind of player I think that will adapt and will fit well with this 4-2-3-1.
Well, Braithwaite, of course, who joined in the winter transfer window from Leganés. Had limited opportunities, but he made clear that he was at Barca for the long haul.
He's a top scorer. I mean, he's a top striker that scores lots of goals. But yeah, my doubt is if this pure number 9 style fits in this new Koeman system.
It is just another example of the variety that Barca have in this campaign. He's maybe the most out-and-out centre-forward available to Ronald Koeman.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a way to change things if in a game things are not working. Because, of course, Griezmann as a number 9 or Braithwaite are two really different things. So also, of course, can be an alternate to play Braithwaite if the game doesn't go as Koeman wants, for example.
Taking on the number 9 role from Gerard Piqué, who likes to get forward in the final moments of games and play almost as a centre-forward. He's been taken off the field of play in this second half, but Gerard Piqué still very much part of the plans in the defence. He is one of the most experienced players for Barca. Oh, there is that mix of youth and experience that has proved so good. Here is Braithwaite with a shot. It's another big deflection that sends the ball out. Barca will have another corner. Opportunity here maybe for Braithwaite to make his mark from the set piece. He's good at leaving defenders behind off corners. We're going to head into the final 10 minutes of action. It's an in-swinging corner. Come back out to Dembélé. Cushion it down with his right, takes it on his left. Pedri's there in support. Ricky Puig finds him. Much like in their warm-up earlier on in the game, where they were playing those gorgeous passes in the keep-ups. Ricky Puig has found a kindred spirit in the form of Pedri. This one pinged over to the right. Semedo, the pass to Dembélé. And the ball on the left-hand side. Scoop through, offside flag would have gone up against Braithwaite, so he let it run. Well, the days ticking down before the start of the season. Barca will be playing catch-up slightly because some teams will have already played 2 games. Some teams will likely have got 6 points on the board. Barca will have a couple of games in hand, but it won't really even itself out until a little bit later on at the start of the season. Everything will be very much hypothetical for the first few weeks. It's Ramallo on the ball for Girona. Alex Gaillard, a short pass from him. In from the left-hand side, it is well intercepted by Nelson Semedo. Junior Firpo. Pedri. Barca keeping possession. They get it to Pedri. We haven't seen the opportunity for Pedri to really run it to the defence, though, which is what he's so good at. Semedo makes his way inside, and just about dispossessed at the last was Ousmane Dembélé. We're seeing a few of those exciting runs from Dembélé. Certainly fearless going forward with the ball at his feet. Headed on, well dealt with there by Araujo, who's on course to last the entire 90 minutes of this game. He and Neto will be the only players to do so.
Koeman is testing him to see if he can start. Maybe in the starting lineup for the Joan Gamper, or to see if he's ready to be next to Piqué or Lenglet next season, or this season.
He has now played alongside both established centre-backs for Barca, Piqué and Lenglet. Certainly good to know it's a position you have to get right almost straight away. So, as you say, Maya, it's a good litmus test from Ronald Koeman, just to see what he can expect from Araujo this season. Araujo certainly has the quality to feature in at least a few games.
And of course, it hasn't been easy for all these players that have came on in the 60th minute. A little bit of lack of rhythm, because when you change the whole squad, of course, I think it's difficult to adapt.
This one's cut back, low shotgun pass from Ricky Puig, fails to find its way towards goal. Little stutter step here as Barca have Braithwaite back defending.
Good effort always from Braithwaite, helping also to press and also to feed back in defence.
Is Gaillard. Nicked away by Pedri. Ricky Puig will slide in here. Just a final 5 minutes of action coming up, plus whatever the referee adds on for stoppage time. Remember, we haven't had the cooling break in this game. And when La Liga gets back underway for Barca, it won't be a given that there will be cooling breaks for them. It will only be when required, when temperatures exceed a certain amount.
26 degrees right now in Barcelona in this Johan Cruyff Stadium.
A little bit hotter than it was yesterday. But maybe we're getting that second wave of summer. There had been a dip, especially for the game against Nastic. It was a little bit cooler then, but temperatures pleasant rather than oppressive. Onto the right, run has been made by Dembélé that's been ignored by Semedo. We might get it to him now. Plays the short pass to Ricky Puig. On the right, Dembélé looks up, tries to locate his teammates. Short pass there with his studs, scooped up. It's going to fall to Conrad. Selflessly lays that off to Pedri, and another deflected shot. This time finds its way over the crossbar.
Another chance for Pedri. He had a really good one in the first minutes when he came on, and now another one for the young player from the Canary Islands who's still looking for his first ever goal for Barca.
Showing again why he and Trincao was the headline after that match against Nastic.
Here comes the corner. Out swinger. It's just about punched away by the goalkeeper. And Ricky Puig trying to collect that. And Ricky Puig, he's almost invariably the smallest player on the pitch. At times he's got the most fight as well. He's almost like a little Yorkshire Terrier, the way he chases after the ball. Not afraid of getting stuck in as well, and he can produce that kind of quality with his passes. The scooped ball that found his teammate Conrad to set up Pedri.
There was a lot of people doubting about Ricky Puig when he was in Barca's academy in La Masia. Oh, because he's so small, because physically he cannot play professional football. But in the end, I think he has showed and demonstrated that, of course, he can play in professional football, and that he can be an important player for future in this sport.
Here comes another chance for Girona, trying to catch out Neto, who just watches that one go wide. fast approaching the final whistle. It's hard to really single out a standout player from the second half, but Conrad's certainly impressed. Dembélé has been active as well on the right-hand side. His moves haven't always come off, but showing plenty of invention. Certainly plenty to look forward to this season from Barca. And there's still one game of pre-season to go against Elche, the Joan Gamper Trophy. That is coming up at the weekend. That one spins out. Rick Franquesa trotting after it. It's going to be a throw-in right by the corner flag. Series of short passes by Girona. Well, Barca will be frustrated not to have kept a clean sheet in this one, much like the game against Nastic, but it does show things that maybe need to be worked on. Lenglet. This one goes over to the right-hand side. Braithwaite is waiting in the centre. And the referee will likely not have too much of a delay in blowing the whistle to end the game here. Barca's second pre-season friendly almost in the books. Semedo gets that pass over on the right. Dembélé wants it back. It's come to Pedri. His pass intercepted. Girona go forward. That's nicely left for Alex Gaillard. He looks inside. Barca try and keep him at bay. Early ball in. The header is well off target from the second half striker Ceballos, and that is all she wrote. We get to the end of the game. Another pre-season win for Barcelona, this time by 3-1 over Girona. 2 goals in the first half for Barca. A surprise at the start of the second period as Girona scored, and then Leo Messi just rounding things off. Barca with the victory. Just the Joan Gamper game to go in their pre-season. We will have plenty of reactions after the game and plenty of analysis as well from the studio, but this one has ended 3-1 in Barca's favour.